For millions of years, they were the undisputed masters of our planet, a vast and varied dynasty, from the colossal to the cunning. They roamed every continent and filled every niche imaginable. Their reign was so enduring that their sudden end remains a profound mystery. All that remains are bones and delicate traces, fossilized whispers from a bygone era. Science peels back speculation, revealing lives far more complex than myth. No lumbering, monochrome reptiles, dynamic animals with color and motion, adorned with feathers, intricate social behaviors, and rich communication. Their voices, chirps, clicks, rumbles, once echoed across ancient landscapes. Today, 10 species, one clearer picture of what they really looked like. Guided by the latest evidence, we rebuild them from the bones up. We will explore their textures, colors, and the echoes of their calls. Join me as we journey back through deep time and meet them as animals, not monsters. Velociraptor was no movie monster, but a turkey-sized predator cloaked in feathers. Quill knobs on the forearm prove long, wing-like feathers. A horizontal posture and stiff tail turned speed into precision. The infamous sickle claw likely pinned prey or gripped terrain, not dramatic disembowelment. Earthy tones blended with sand and stone. Head or tail may have flaunted brighter displays. With a bird-like vocal organ, its calls mixed sharp chirps and clicks with low growls. A soundscape blending the familiar and the ancient, carrying across Cretaceous dunes. Its larger cousin, Deinonychus, helped spark the dinosaur renaissance. The namesake claw armed an athletic predator that leapt, grappled, and balanced with a rigid tail. Feathered arms aided restraint, display, and brooding, not flight. They likely targeted animals their size or larger, sometimes converging in numbers. Rapid clicks and sharp hisses may have coordinated movement in the hunt. Threats likely triggered low, resonant growls, predators announcing presence. Bite to seize, arms to hold, claw to disable, a calculated choreography. Smaller raptor, brighter chatter, larger raptor, broader and deeper. Not mindless monsters, keen senses, social signals, purposeful motion. In tracks and bones, the truth of the raptors endures. Tyrannosaurus rex, a colossal skull and bone-crushing bite defined the apex. Sensitive snouts hint at nuanced social and investigative behavior. Juveniles likely fluffy, adults mostly scaly, perhaps with sparse bristles. A horizontal stance, tail as counterweight, tiny but powerful arms at close quarters. Forget shrieks, think deep rumbles and closed-mouth bellows felt as much as heard. Less a sprinter, more a relentless walker covering immense territories. Triceratops, keratin-sheathed horns and a vascularized frill, weapon and display. Thick feature scales and a frill that may have blazed with changeable color. A formidable adversary. Agile charges, herd defense, horns to deter kings. Deep bellows traveled miles. Up close, grunts, snorts, and huffs conveyed nuance. Ankylosaurus fused its defenses, osteoderms from eyelids to tail. A tail club swing could shatter a tyrant's leg, a devastating deterrent. Low slung and wide, nearly impossible to overturn to expose its belly. A non-selective browser, solitary, methodical, always armored. Rumbling warnings, more presence than performance, the forest felt it pass. King, defender, and fortress. Three truths beyond cinema's caricatures. An ecosystem of checks and balances, written in horn, tooth, and armor. Their voices shape distance, warnings, contacts, dominance, cohesion. From fossil to flesh, function explains form, and sound completes the picture. Then, as now, the land listened, onto rivers, giants, and wings. Spinosaurus was a semi-aquatic specialist, snout for fish, dense bones for ballast, a deep paddle tail. Its sail likely signaled rivals and mates, a living banner on the river. Short hind limbs and broad feet aided aquatic propulsion. An ambush predator of waterways, competing even with colossal crocodiles. Sound travels differently in water. powerful, low calls likely carried far below the surface. On land, deep bellows and roars, a chilling riverbank warning. Brachiosaurus, longer forelimbs, lifted shoulders high, a giraffe-like browser of treetops. Not swamp-bound. Air sacs lightened their frames, legs bore giants on land. Skin likely complex, patterns, maybe spines, breaking up an immense outline. Like elephants, they probably used infrasonic calls to communicate miles apart. Archaeopteryx, raven-sized, with broad wings, teeth, and a long bony tail. Dinosaur becoming bird. Asymmetrical feathers powered true but modest flapping flight. Melanosomes point to matte black plumage, strength and thermal benefits. Calls were simple yet bird-like, chirps, squawks, and twitters. Microraptor wore 4 wings, an iridescent, pigeon-sized biplane of the canopy. Glossy black with shimmering hues, signals for courtship and rivalry. Not built for powerful takeoffs. Instead, a stupendous glider between trees. A delicate soundscape. Subtle chirps and whistles, escalating to trills. From rivers to skies and towering plains, form matched function with elegance. Different bodies, different mediums, each voice tuned to its world. Now, the crested musician. Parasaurolophus transformed breath into music through hollow crest tubes. Powerful, resonant booms and honks carried for miles. Crests likely doubled as vivid displays, sound paired with spectacle. By varying airflow, they modulated pitch and volume, rich, nasal vocabularies. Different crests, different voices, an orchestra across the ancient plains. Iridescent wings, ground-shaking rumbles, feathered hunters, far richer than myth. They were animals, living, breathing, evolving across unimaginable spans. Each new find adds a note to an ancient symphony we are only beginning to hear. Evidence, rigor, imagination, together revealing true, vibrant lives. Their world is gone. Our connection grows with every discovery. If you enjoyed this journey, like and subscribe. There are always new stories to tell. What dinosaurs really looked and sounded like, seen through science.